Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Skitz M. Jones, and these are my predictions. Today we're talking about the crowning of the champ. We've got a big show ahead. There's, of course, the crowning of the champ match, a double first blood match. But before we get to either of those, we have to talk about some of the action that's taking place in the undercard. We've got a POW Royal to determine the next challenger for the TV title. Now, who is going to be involved in this match? Well, it's anyone's game. Right now, guaranteed, the Hellfire Symphony will be there. They're not taking part in any of the other action tonight, so this is going to be their one chance to make a big impact on crowning of the champ, and I think they're going to take it. Why do I say that? Because they just recently annihilated former teammate, former stablemate, the great Malachi. Now, you've got Dayhawk and XCOM, big guys right there. And of course, Dynamite. Will Xavier DeFaust be in the match? Who knows? But when you put any combination of the Hellfire Symphony together, you've got a potential for brutality and violence. With that in mind, I'm going to give my nod to recent challenger for the world title, who put on a good showing for himself. I'm giving it to Dayhawk. Now, moving on. According to my sheets here, the next match we have is Jack Carpenter versus Marco Cordova. Now, the last time these two met, Cordova won via some shady means, using Jack Carpenter's hammer against him. But Carpenter, he's doing pretty well lately with a roll-up win over the great Malachi. Now, of course, there was a bit of a Hellfire Symphony assist there, but it is still a big win and could be a lot of momentum for the working-class hero, Jack Carpenter. Can he carry that on and avenge his loss against Marco Cordova? I think he can. My prediction on this one, Jack Carpenter. After that, we've got Diamond Steel, everyone's favorite rock star, taking on newcomer to POW, Zane Ramsey. Now, this is it's a tricky one to predict. I've not seen Zane Ramsey in action. I've heard good things, however. But Diamond Steel coming off a big win over the Hellfire Symphony. And will that put a target on his back? Who knows? Right now, he has to contend with Zane Ramsey. Can he do it? I don't know. I've heard good things about this Zane Ramsey kid. I'm going to give my prediction to him. Then we've got Taylor Made versus the Great Cheyenne. Now, Taylor Made recently has been tied up in taking on, of course, Melanie Cruz. The Great Cheyenne has had her own issues. The internal strife in the Hellfire Symphony has to be weighing on her. With her long-time partner in crime, the great Malachi, being ejected from a faction that he helped form, where is her mind? And where does her allegiance lie? I don't know, but hopefully we'll find out some info and see what happens at the crowning of the champ. My prediction on this one goes to Taylor Made. I think Cheyenne's going to be just too distraught to be focused on this match. That brings us to the big grudge match here, the double first blood match between Noise, Booze, and Tattoos, Rough Crossing, and Scott Spade against Psychotic Rage, Jimmy Blaze, and Mitch Blake. Now, everyone out there knows that I have my issues with the boss, but I have to give this one to Psychotic Rage, and it's for one very simple reason. Every show that I have been to since returning, and even most of the shows before I left, it was rare that Rough Crossing was not left in a pool of his own blood. Scott Spade seems to have taken on that trait of late as Noise, Booze, and Tattoos face off against Psychotic Rage. They bleed, and they bleed, and they bleed. And I predict they're going to bleed again here. Psychotic Rage, wielding their baseball bats, they are tough to contend with. My vote, unfortunately, Psychotic Rage. Now, that brings us to the main event of the night. 6 champions, count them, 6 champions. Every championship in POW is on the line in this match. We've got the King, Trevor Blanchard. We've got the tag team champions, picture perfect, Logan Scott and Turbo. we've got the regional champ and the only fan favorite in this match, Kanoa. We've got the TV champ, who we highlight on Inside the Ropes. Cheap plug for my show, check it out. Of course, the TV champ, Justin James, and the new world champion, the Canadian Rex Hart, who recently obliterated Brandon Bishop. Now, going into this match, the odds are against Kanoa. That is clear. He's the only person in this match that the fans are consistently behind. But you also have to consider the odds are going to be slightly stacked against Rex Hart. Everyone knows that he is the biggest, toughest, meanest opponent in this match. So he's going to have to be taken out early for anyone else to score the pinfall victory. So, who does that leave? Well, you've got the TV champ, Justin James, who has successfully defended his title on numerous occasions. You've got the recent tag team champions, Picture Perfect, who will be looking to cement themselves as major players here in POW. And then, of course, the king of POW, Trevor Blanchard. This is the only match where the crown can be lost. So, who do I give my prediction to in this one? I have to say, while the wily, conniving veteran Trevor Blanchard has always proven he has a few tricks up his sleeve, and while Justin James has come a long way in terms of his technical ability and his size and strength has been increasing, Turbo and Logan Scott are my favorites in this match. Now, I don't know which one of them is going to pick up the win, but you have to assume that they're going to have each other's backs. So, my prediction goes to one half or the other of Picture Perfect. That's my predictions for Crowning of the Champ. Don't forget to show up at Crowning of the Champ. Big announcements to be made. A new commissioner of POW. It's not too late to vote for me on the POW message boards. And of course, another name to be announced for Wrestle Rage. Crowning of the Champ. It's coming up. It's going to be a big show. I look forward to seeing you all there. And don't forget to check out POWentertainment.com. POW Entertainment, where superheroes come to life.